Hey guys, Brian Osborne here from Answers in Genesis, and right now I'm standing at Byron Bay at the most easterly point of the Australian mainland, the extreme east of all of Australia, right here. And it is just an absolutely gorgeous view. There's a lighthouse over the way, there's a beautiful overlook here with the cliffs and the waters, the waves coming in, crashing in. There are whales all around us, many of them jumping and breaching and showing off their abilities. It's really amazing. Just a beautiful spot on a beautiful, beautiful day. And as you're looking at this extreme view, this extreme easterly view of Australia, it connects me to, in my thinking, to the account of the lesson we're looking at when Naaman the Syrian comes to Elisha to be healed. And here's how I'm going to connect this. You know, Elisha was there in Israel, and Naaman came. He'd heard about him, and he came to Elisha, hopefully to be healed of his leprosy. He brought a lot of wealth with him, a lot of riches, hopefully to buy his healing from this prophet he'd heard about. And so he comes expecting probably to be told to do something extreme. Probably expected that Elisha would tell him to go and do some sort of great feat and some sort of heroic act to earn his healing, and he was expected to do that, to pay a great price. And he gets there, and what is he told to do? Well, Elisha doesn't even meet up with him. Elisha sends out his messenger to go tell Naaman, hey Naaman, listen, if you just go dunk in the Jordan River 7 times, you'll be healed of your leprosy. And it was such a mundane act. It was such a slap in his face because it didn't fit the grandeur he expected. He expected to pay a great price, do something great. It didn't fit any of that. Didn't fit his expectations. It wasn't grand at all, so mundane. He scoffed at the idea and he was angry about it. He was going to leave and not do it at all. But someone convinced him and said, hey, listen, if Elisha had asked you to do something great, you have done it. This is simple. Just do it and see what happens. And of course, as you look through the lesson, you see that Naaman actually does go and he dunks 7 times in the river and he is healed of his leprosy. And there are many other great things in the lesson you'll see later on with Elisha being protected with the great army and the Syrians being handed over to Israel. But here I want to focus on this moment. He does something mundane that God told him to do, and God does a great miracle in his life. And guys, so often in our lives we look about what God asks us to do day in and day out. You know, it can feel pretty mundane, doing the daily duties of life, the daily chores, the daily things of being a parent, or doing work on a daily basis, or doing the laundry, doing the dishes, or trying to parent rightly day in and day out. Those things may seem mundane, but they are things that God can use in an amazing way to his glory. It's not about what we are doing that makes it awesome. It's about who it's for and who's working through that makes it awesome. If we give it unto the Lord, trust what God has told us to do, whether it's the mundane things of life or the extreme things of life, whatever it is, if it's for him and through him, it can bring him great glory. And that's the point there with Elisha and Naaman. It wasn't about Elisha getting glory. It wasn't about Naaman getting glory. It's about God getting glory through what it seems to be a mundane thing, but actually he used it in an amazing way. So the God of the Bible, he does amazing things, he does mundane things, but they're all to his glory. We can trust that in our lives as well. So I hope that's encouraging to you guys. It is to myself. I'll talk to you later on.